think a lot of people really misunderstand fake mink, and the reason they misunderstand fake mink is because the world does not want you to believe in yourself, and that's just a fact. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. The world does not want you to believe in yourself. So when you see someone who is extremely confident and extremely sure of themselves, you recoil. You get taken aback because you feel like they're being cocky or egotistical or narcissistic, but the truth is that that is how everyone should be. That's how you should be. Even me as a YouTuber, I honestly think I am one of the best to do it. I think I am one of the greatest niggas to touch this mic, and that should be how you live. And the reason that should be how you live is because everyone needs a strong internal foundation. And as someone who has gone through the journey of loving himself after being shattered, my soul was shattered, and I went through this journey and I started loving myself again. I can honestly say I understand fake mink, and I really like his music. So when I see these interviews of him being pretentious, I look at it and I get inspired. And honestly, it reminds me of this line by Tyler on What a Day. He was like, the black kids get inspired while the white kids look at him and call him, bro, hold on. Okay, this nigga said, white boy said I brag too much. The black kid said it's inspiring. Duality is tiring. He said this line because it truly is a perspective thing. My perspective as someone who loves himself, I see fake mink bragging or being confident or being egotistical as, dang, this nigga's really like that. Let me get like that too. Let me get super good. Let me evolve even further. People being confident in themselves should not threaten you. It should be something you resonate off of, and it should be something that feeds your ability to create. We are all humans, and we have an invisible thread that connects us. So when I see people calling him an egotistical person or pretentious, to me it comes across as trying to tear someone down. And even in my most recent beef with Jadion, people tried to call me narcissistic because I didn't want to hear that ugly nigga's opinions. I still don't want to hear that nigga's opinions on where to take my career, because at the end of the day, I am the only person who will have my perspective, just like you are the only person that will have your perspective. You are the only person who will see from your eyes. So why should you care about what anyone has to say? That's exactly why you need to have a strong foundation. It's not about being pretentious, it's about loving yourself. I'm just really tired of the world trying to trick people into not loving themselves. The world is trying to trick people into not having the highest level of self-love and self-confidence. They say things like you're narcissist or you're egotistical because it's how they shame you back into place. They want you to conform. And I'm telling you, do not conform. Do not conform, bro. And this is where I'm gonna start talking about external frequencies. People who are trying to tell you how to live your life, your one life, your unique existence that is completely different from theirs. The way each person sees the world varies. So anyone outside of that trying to influence you, that's what you call an external frequency. People weaponize their external frequencies to stifle your creativity. Now, obviously what I'm saying is very nuanced. I'm not saying you can never take someone's advice, because sometimes an outside perspective is very helpful. But I think in terms of your dreams and things that you really love doing, you just gotta say fuck everybody else. Because at the end of the day, these people that exist outside of you, they're not gonna be the ones waking up and putting in that work. Going back to Jadion, he was not the person waking up and putting in the work. He was not the person who was depressed after getting hate rated. He was not the person who was dealing with suicidal thoughts. Like, it's just so much gall and audacity that people have when they try to speak on your life. And it's so sickening that there's a group of people that don't see it. And this isn't just about Jadion, but this is about the world as a whole. When you're a big dreamer, when you're someone that is stubborn, when you're someone that is extremely focused and honed in on a goal, other people will see that and be threatened by it. That's why they try to call you names and they try to demean your character and try to be and try to speak these negatives over your desire, over your willpower. These people are threatened by strong-willed individuals. And it's not easy to be a strong-willed individual. The sense of self I have right now, I was only able to build it after my soul got shattered. So it is a process, but I really encourage you guys to go on your own journeys and to just do it. Just do it. And everything I just told you, I think is part of a bigger war on the self. I have a theory that there's some type of like How do I even describe this? I hate using general terms like the world because I just come across as like a conspiracy nut, but I'm just gonna embrace it and just say they as like a filler for whatever type of person is doubting you or whatever. Point is, I think that there is an ongoing self-hate campaign. It's like the world wants you to hate yourself. It's like they want you to not be confident. They try to demonize self-love. I want to take it back to the narcissist thing. When I told Jadeon I didn't want to hear what he had to say, people tried to weaponize my self-love against me. They tried to call me a term, what is that, like a clinical psychology term? A whole term used in psychology against me because I love myself. I want y'all to be aware that certain things aren't just verbal attacks or verbal phrases. Certain things should be taken as an attack against the existence, an attack against your existence. When people doubt your goals, when people try to stifle your dreams, when people try to weaponize words against you, they are directly attacking your existence. Words do hurt. Words do carry meaning. Words are one of the most powerful things in the world because something that is auditory can affect the physical. You should know that it can also affect your soul. I know this may seem like some abstract, whatever, but I really believe this. And I think that my journey on YouTube and in my life has really came to this. And it's this understanding that everyone needs to just love themselves and they need to just stretch your soul as far as you can be. That's why I'm not a bigoted person. That's why I don't really hate anybody. I think true enlightenment is love of the self, because when you have a foundation of self-love, nothing outside of you will threaten you. And when things that exist outside of you aren't threatening you, you can truly interact with the world in a positive way. You can interact with your peers in a positive way. How can you love other people if you don't love yourself? The self is the baseline that curates the world you perceive. If you feel horrible, you're going to perceive the world horribly. But if you feel good, you're going to perceive the world in a positive, cheerful way. I don't know. I think that's really all I had to say. This is just like some off the cusp shit. I guess I'll throw this on the second channel. I was thinking about putting this on the main, but I don't know. I guess I'll experiment a little more. I want to get a little more comfortable just ranting like this, but hey man, we're going to turn it up. No cap. I love you all. I'm gonna catch y'all.